Hello everyone and welcome to practice. This yin class is designed to help you have a great night's sleep, and you can do it on your yoga mat, but in fact if you prefer you can also do this one in bed. It is a bed suitable yoga class. So it's really about getting your body and your mind super relaxed so that you can fall into a deep and nourishing sleep. So let's get started in reclining butterfly. So lying down either on your mat or in your bed. And if you are on your yoga mat, you might find that it's helpful to use some props to support the body here. So you could place a couple of bricks underneath the outer hips or under the knees. If you're in bed and you need a little bit more support, you could use some pillows underneath the thighs here as well. And you might find that having something underneath the head, for example, a blanket or a pillow, that might also add an extra layer of comfort here. And just allowing your hands to rest onto your body. So you could have both hands onto your abdomen, or you could have one hand to your abdomen and one hand to your heart. You can gently close down your eyes and just start to bring your awareness and attention to your breathing as it is right here, right now. And so as we arrive on our yoga mat, just letting the day that you've had so far, let that start to fade away so that you can really enjoy each and every moment of this practice. And we're going to begin today with some guided breathing. So you can stay here in your reclining butterfly pose. And I'm going to guide you through a breathing exercise to help us lengthen our exhales. So this exercise will be a 6-second inhale, a 2-second pause, a 9-second exhale, and a 2-second pause. And if it's possible in your body, you're going to breathe in and out through your nose. And if at any point you're finding this breathing strenuous or stressful, just let yourself come back to natural breathing. And so let's just take a moment to bring the awareness back to the breath. And then wherever you are in your breathing cycle, let yourself exhale. Let's inhale together. Pause at the top. And then a nice slow releasing exhale. Really slow down that exhale. Brief pause at the bottom. Inhale. It's a nice full breath in. Pause. Exhale. Slowing it down, particularly at the beginning part of that exhale. Pause. Inhale. Pause. Exhale. Pause. Inhale. Pause. Exhale. Nice slow releasing exhale. Pause. Inhale, feeling that expansion of your torso. Pause. Exhale. Just feel the body naturally contracting back inwards. Pause. Inhale, last 5 rounds. Pause. Exhale. And letting each exhale just draw you a little bit deeper into relaxation. Pause. Inhale. Pause. Exhale. Pause. Inhale. Pause. Exhale. Follow that exhale all the way down to the end. Pause. Inhale. Pause. Exhale. Pause. Inhale. Pause. Exhale. Pause. And then you can allow your breath now to return back to its own intuitive, natural pattern. And just take a moment or two to be in the after effects of what you just moved through. And then when you're ready to, you can bring the knees back together, and you can always use your hands to help guide those knees closer together. And you might separate the feet a little bit and maybe let the knees drop in towards each other. And just take a couple of breaths there, what we might call constructive rest. Again, just remembering that this practice is not about achieving anything, but actually just really allowing both the mind and the body to start to slow down. And so the next pose we'll come into this evening is a reclining tree pose. So you can extend your left leg straight along the mat, and you can let your right knee fall out to the right side, just a little bit like the butterfly we were in before. And again, you can always use support underneath the knee if that was helpful for you. Or you might find that it relaxes to the mat or even kind of sinks into your bed if you're practicing in bed. And then you might like to take your arms out to the sides, either into a T shape or perhaps bending the elbows 90 degrees, cactusing the arms. And so just seeing if you can continue to take these lovely long, slow, deep breaths in and out through the nose, trusting that your body knows how to breathe you. And I'd just like to share with you a story from the Zen tradition. So there was these two monks, and they were traveling together on a pilgrimage. And on their journey, they bumped into a young woman on the side of the road, and she was quite distressed. And so the first monk, he walked on past her, he didn't say anything, and he just continued with his own journey. But the second older monk, he decided to stop and just ask the woman what was wrong. And the woman explained to him that she needed to cross the river, but that the currents were quite strong and she was worried about doing that on her own. And she didn't know how she was going to get across the river so that she could go home. And so the older monk, he picked her up and he carried her across the water and put her down on the other side. And then he returned back to the first monk, and they continued walking together. And the younger monk seemed a bit irritated and preoccupied as they were walking. But hours passed by, and eventually he just couldn't keep it to himself anymore. And he angrily burst out, Why did you pick up that woman at the river? You know as a monk that we've made vows to never touch women. And the older monk simply replied, I put the woman down hours ago. Why are you still holding on to her? And so this is just such a beautiful story to remind us of the power of letting go. What are you still holding on to from your day that is stopping you from enjoying this moment right here, right now? And can you let it go? Sometimes we're holding on to things not even from today or yesterday. We're holding on to things from months or even years ago. And so this practice of yin, it helps to remind us to let go. Just about a minute or so left here. Knowing that with every exhale, you have the opportunity to let go. Good, and then on your next inhale, you can bring that right knee back up to center. And you can bring your left foot to meet your right foot, so both feet are flat and the knees are bent. And then this time we'll take it into a twist with knees going to the left. So maybe you shift your hips slightly to the right and then just allow the knees to drop down to the left. You could use something like a brick or a blanket or a pillow underneath the legs. Or you can just allow those legs to come all the way down to the floor or your support. And then just take a moment to notice how you'd like to place the arms here. Sometimes resting that left hand onto the right thigh can feel nice. Sometimes extending that right arm out to the side or keeping that bend in the elbow 90 degrees can feel nice. And then we might just explore where we'd like to place the head. So you could look towards the knees. You could keep the neck in line with the spine looking up, or you could gently turn your head away from your knees. And so as we come into this gentle reclining twist, see if you can settle your body once again into stillness. And if you find that there is a kind of recurring thought that keeps on popping into your mind, or something that you're feeling anxious or worried about, a really good technique or strategy for this is just getting up for a moment, pausing the video and going to write it down. Maybe having a journal beside your bed so that you can just write down anything that is playing on your mind. And knowing that then you won't forget it, that it'll still be there tomorrow. But for now, that you can let it go, because the most important thing for you to do right here, right now, is allow your body time to rest. And know that you'll get so many benefits from having a really good night's sleep tonight. And as you just keep that awareness and attention in your body here, notice if there's anywhere within the body that you can soften and relax. Notice if there's anywhere that you can release the tension. So coming into our final minute here. Good, and then when you're ready, you can bring those knees back up to center. You can just take a moment in center, maybe bringing the hands back to your torso. That moment in between, what we sometimes call the sacred pause. And then we'll set up for reclining tree on the left side. So extend your right leg long. Bend your left knee and take that out to the side, and the sole of the foot can come up to the inner right thigh. Feel free to use some support underneath the left knee if that's helpful here. You can keep the hands onto the body, or you could gently open the arms out, finding that cactus arms where we're bending the elbows, or perhaps the T shape, just arms straight out to the sides. Choosing the option that feels most nourishing for you in this moment. And then come back to that inner experience, noticing what is going on in your body right here, right now. And when we're thinking about letting go, there can be a really helpful image here. So all of our responsibilities in life, all of our worries, our anxieties, our hopes, our dreams, our to-do lists. Imagine all of these things are like shopping bags. And the more of these that we pile up onto ourselves, the more difficult our journey becomes. And so even if some of those things are things that we enjoy, things that we love, they still become a heavy burden if we take on too much. And so sometimes we need to learn how to just put the bags down. Put down the responsibilities, put down the to-do lists. Put down the worries and the anxieties, the hopes and the dreams. And know that all of those things are still there. We can still go back and pick them up when we're ready to. But just imagining that you're letting all of those bags, put them all down. And notice how much lighter you feel as you do that. That there's a lightness in both body and spirit. And so this is what our yin practice can be for us. Just a putting down of those heavy bags so that we can rest, so that we can restore ourselves. And knowing that by prioritizing good quality rest, when tomorrow comes, we'll be ready with renewed energy, motivation, and enthusiasm. Just a couple more minutes here, just enjoying the space, enjoying the silence, and enjoying the bliss of the present moment. Good, and then on your next inhale, you can bring your left knee towards the ceiling. Let that left foot ground down, and then bring the right foot to meet the left, so both feet flat on the floor. And we'll take it to our twist on the right, so hips slightly to the left, and then this time those knees are falling to the right. And feel free to support with a blanket or a pillow or a brick. Find a comfortable place to rest the arms. You might take that right hand down and just gently lie it onto the left thigh. Find a comfortable position for the head and neck. You could look towards the knees. You could look straight up, or you could gently turn the gaze away from the knees. And settling into the stillness of the pose, and knowing that in this moment that nothing is missing, nothing is lacking. Everything that you need already exists in this very present moment. As you just keep drawing your awareness and attention back to your breath and back to the sensations that you feel in your body, just notice if there's anywhere here that you can soften. Maybe the muscles around the eyes or the eyebrows. Maybe the muscles around the jaw. Maybe noticing if there's any tension in the tummy and seeing if you can soften that with each breath. And about a minute left here. Good, and then when you're ready to, you can bring the knees back up towards the ceiling, easing your way out of that twist. And then maybe this time you choose to just gently hug the knees into the chest and take a gentle rocking side to side on your spine. And so we'll come into our final pose for today's practice, shavasana. So you can extend your legs straight out now, maybe letting the feet drop towards the corners of the mat, slightly wider than the hips, and maybe the feet fall outwards. You might see if you can gently shuffle the shoulder blades underneath the spine, and then opening the hands out to the side with the palms facing up. And as we come down into this final shavasana, I'm just going to guide you through a little bit of body awareness, bringing the awareness to different parts of the body. And you just see if you can allow the body to feel heavy, relaxed, and spacious. So inviting you here to bring your awareness down into your right heel. Notice where your right heel connects with the surface beneath it. Bring your awareness to your left heel. Notice the connection with the surface beneath. Bring your awareness into your right calf. Allow that to feel heavy. And then bring your awareness into your left calf. Allow that to feel heavy. Bring your awareness into your right thigh. Just notice the connection with the surface beneath you. And then bringing that awareness into the left thigh. Notice the connection with the surface beneath. Bring your awareness into your sit bones. And all the way from the sit bones down to the heels. Feel the legs just heavy here, supported by the earth beneath you. Bring your awareness to the top of your right hand. Feel the connection with the surface beneath. Bring your awareness to the top of your left hand. Feel the connection with the surface beneath you. Bring your awareness into the palm of your right hand. Notice any sensations you feel here. And then bring your awareness into the palm of your left hand. And again, just noticing any sensations that you feel. Bring your awareness into your right forearm and your left forearm, your right upper arm, your left upper arm, your right shoulder, your left shoulder, and then feel both arms here heavy and supported by the earth beneath you. Bring your awareness to the back of your body, lower back, middle back, upper back, back of the head. And just let the whole back body feel heavy, supported by the earth beneath you. And as you lie here in this state of relaxation, just let your body breathe you, trusting that your body knows how to breathe you, and trusting that you'll wake up from your sleep tonight feeling refreshed and energized and ready to face a new day. And so whether you are practicing on your yoga mat or whether you're practicing in bed, I'm going to leave you here, and you can stay here as long as you need today.